Welcome to the KBB Review podcast. I'm Andy Davies, and this is a very special bonus episode where we catch up with one of the biggest brands in the sector, InSinkErator. They've got a bold new strategy, an eye-catching rebrand, and a cutting-edge product launch with their new next generation range. They're reinventing the food waste disposal market yet again, and I caught up with Managing Director Ashley Munden to talk changing markets, colourful campaigns, and the science behind food waste solutions. You can find out more at InSinkErator.co.uk, and I'll put that link in the episode description. So here is Ashley Munden. Hello Ashley, how are you doing, sir?
Hi Andy, I'm very well. Thank you for inviting me to the show today.
Always good to have you. Always good to have big brands and big names on the show. I think what we'll do is, before we get into the stuff you're doing, like your own strategy and your own products and that kind of thing, I thought it was it would be very remiss of me, should I say, to not have you on and not have someone with your experience working for the company that you work for, just to not kind of get your overview of how you see the market at the moment, because it's really complicated and it gives me a headache.
I think that's probably a very good way to describe it, Andy, actually. We're living, obviously, in very dynamic times, and we have been for a few years now. I think all of those phrases, the economic, the political, the geographic, our influences, challenges, all of those things and more, of course, are impacting how we lead businesses today, and the steps and the challenges that we have to take. But for sure, it's a changing market. But I think more than ever, I think people like ourselves, we have to remain agile. We have to remain relevant. I think we probably have to be, quite focused on what our core values, what our core strategy is, and follow the path that's right for our business. There's so much noise, outside noise, that can get in the way of what we're doing, and that can influence us in what we're doing. We have to take that, of course, but I think more than ever, we have to really be very clear on what our strategy is, what our goals are as a business, and we have to follow that, I think. A lot's out of our control, so we have to manage the things that are, of course, in our control.
Weirdly, I think that's a message that could apply to the smallest of kitchen studios to the biggest of global conglomerates, and one that's absolutely right. So look, let's delve in then to what that actually means specifically for InSinkErator, because you were at the KBB show in 2024 and you'll be there again next year, but I've noticed a real change in InSinkErator and just the way it looks, the overall kind of brand focus and brand awareness thing of it since it last looked. So talk us through the train of thought that led to that and why you've made some of the choices you have.
Sure, of course. I think we go back such a long way with the KBB exhibition. I can't remember the first time we did it, it's that long ago, but yeah, we've been supporting it for many, many years. A big event and one that we very much look forward to. But, to your question, brands have to evolve and businesses have to evolve. And we have to always think about how we present ourselves to our customers. And of course, we have to be very relatable to our customers, and those customers probably over time may change. So I think as a brand, we have to be relatable. We're trying to make our business fun. We're trying to make our business easy. And you'll see that, in some of our creatives, we're using the word "it's this easy," and that's really sums up our business. We want to add more personality. And the words that we've really sort of bounced around the team is that we want to be positively disruptive. We want to be fun. We want to stand out from the industry. And I guess that, we just need to be a brand that is bright and that's shining and that represents all of the things that we want to aspire to. And you'll see these very vivid colors and new styling for InSinkErator. And again, back to, we want to really be talking to what we believe is our audience and the sort of people we feel would love to have one of our products in their home. I guess the whole campaign is one of simplicity, trying to make a product that people probably are not familiar with, easily understandable, and trying to explain to people that this is a very simple daily activity that you would do in your kitchen to make life easier. There's a convenience appliance. The campaign is also channel neutral. It works on both a B2B level and on a B2C level. And we're trying to really add emotion and the benefits of, completing these kitchen tasks, but communicate in a fun way. And the words that we're using for our disposal campaigns is we have the chop, grind, chill that we have. And of course, it's, what does a product do? And what's the feeling like afterwards once you've completed that task of eliminating all your food waste from the kitchen? I mean, it's this chop, grind, chill, these very simple 3 words, and we also use the words chill, enjoy, and sorted. And we've extended this into our hot water category as well, the taps where we have pour, brew, enjoy. So we're adding color, we're adding, say, personality to this, we're adding some fun to this. More than ever, as I say, we want to be a little bit disruptive, and we want to stand out, I think, amongst what is a very busy crowd. It's a very busy industry, lots and lots of brands out there. And for us, it's a way of sort of differentiating ourselves. And I think that, if we could take our brand off all of our creatives and the ads that you see today, I'd like to think you still know who that brand is. You still know this is an InSinkErator message that's being promoted here. I say, even if you didn't have the actual logo on there. So it's a real step forward for us. It may be a step out of what was our maybe traditional comfort zone, but the response has been absolutely fantastic. And I don't speak only of the UK market. Of course, I look after the total EMEA market. Right the way across mainland Europe, all of our customers that we work with, the response has been terrific. People love this new style, and they love the way that we're going to market with our product and the way we're presenting ourselves to the consumer. And much of this work has now been adopted on an international basis by InSinkErator as well. So kudos to the team behind that at InSinkErator.
It does look great, and what I love about it, the language you use in there is not about process. These are quite functional, provisional machines. That's what they are. But they are in an environment that is about enjoyment. It's about cooking and eating and family and all these things. And I think sometimes, particularly in the kitchen, people forget that a little bit, and they talk too much about how many, the knobs and how many settings and functions something might have, and they forget that this is an environment that's supposed to be enjoyed.
Yeah, and of course, our product is a functional product. It's not something you buy because it looks amazing. It has beautiful styling with clocks and LED and various technologies on the front to show off to your friends. This is a product that really makes your life easier. It really fits into lifestyle. It's about having a product that fits with how we function in the home. We know the kitchen is probably the most used room in the home. It's where we spend time with family, friends, and it's a real showpiece. And the last thing you want is sort of messy food waste hanging around the kitchen after you've maybe done some entertaining. So it really fits with lifestyle. I think that's where we're coming from with this campaign, is really promoting that what is a really simple product that to some people who are not familiar with it may feel like there's some complexity to it, but there isn't. It's very simple how it works. It's very safe, but it really fits into today's lifestyle, making life so much easier.
Now, this may come as a surprise to you, Ashley, because I know you think that I'm an incredibly cool, sophisticated guy. And I know everyone out there who listens to this must make that assumption about me too. But I like a bit of Star Trek. And you've got a new range out called Next Generation. And I can only assume you've done that especially for me.
Absolutely. I think when you are in a position, when you're fortunate to be in a position where you're a leader within your category, it's about bringing new technology. It's about bringing new products to market that meet today's needs. And, consumers now, they're very choosy. They have lots of choice as far as what they can buy within categories. And when you're in a fortunate position to be a market leader, it's about bringing something that's new, that's fresh, and that's the next best thing within your category. And that was a challenge that we had. And of course, InSinkErator, our history is very much engineers. We're a company of engineers since designing them when we first invented this product. And there's millions installed worldwide, of course. So there is a responsibility for us to produce not only high quality, but products that perform better than what we've had in the past. And we keep pushing those boundaries. And that's what we've achieved with Next Generation. It's been many years in the development of this product because our customers expect high performance and very high quality. That's where the brand is in the marketplace. But, we want to provide the latest in kitchen convenience. We're packing new technology into what is a more compact and actually easier to install product. We have included more powerful motors. We've increased our premium model to 1 horsepower motor. And we've taken the grinding capability from 2 stages up to 4 stages. And that for us was a big challenge, but we've managed to pack this technology into these new products. So you have a single stage, 2-stage, 3-stage, and 4-stage grind, which is unique, completely unique for this category. So more power, advanced grinding, 4 stages of grinding. And we've got a really, I think, easy range to work with. There's 5 models in the standard range. And there really is something for everybody, for every type of dwelling, every home, every family size. We have a product that will meet your needs. This multi-grind technology that we developed some years ago, and that's something that we've just, as I say, we've just improved upon. Because our customers, they've used InSinkErator probably 20, 30 years, lots of our customers, and they've been specifying it. I've been in this business for a long, long time. A lot of people have high expectations that when they install an InSinkErator, they know it's still going to be working for many, many years to come. That's what they expect, and that's what they bought into. So for us, the best just getting better. As far as performance has been absolutely key to developing this brand new range. Also making it easy to install. So we've got an easier lift and lights technology when you're installing it to the sink. It makes it easier for the installer and saves a little bit of time as well. So for us, it's very important that we bring the best to the market. We don't take it for granted, the market position we have. We have to keep coming up with something new and something relevant. And we have to lead in technology because that's what our customers expect.
It's a big range, this, but the top of the range is the 1000 SR, isn't it?
It is.
That's the one that we've been seeing in all the marketing, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'm not just saying this because we're on here having this conversation, but that really does look the business. I want the most powerful one. I want the flagship. I want it to multi-grind everything. Because I'm a nerd about this as well, the multi-grind thing is such a big part of how this works.
Yeah.
So don't expect you to get into the engineering too much, but how does it actually work?
Yeah. The new 1000 model, and you'll probably see this in some of our advertising we do, it's got very bright, vivid colors. So it's very unmissable, and that's done, of course, purposely. This model stands out. It is a standout product that we have. Yeah, previously we always had 2-stage and 3-stage grind, where it takes the food waste and it rotates and grinds the food down into small particles. You're also capable of dealing with food types that have like a string tooth, like a rhubarb or a celery. It will deal with that as well. And the new model has grinding, and it also sort of deals with the food waste underneath the plate that you can see that's out of sight. And that takes all of that food waste down to maximum about 2 millimeters in size. So it's very, very fine. It's very powerful, this 1 horsepower. We use induction motors that we've always used because this is the best product that's designed for this job. And I say we might compact it all into a much smaller design as well. But really, tackling just about all of your food waste, the 1000 model, really, this is the premium one for a food waste disposer. If you are something that's powerful, that grinds almost everything, food waste wise, that's quiet as well, because this is, for a powerful unit, it's extremely quiet. We have people already that are saying to us, it's so quiet, we can hardly hear it working, and which is fantastic. So we've managed to achieve, great strides on quietness as well. It's a really effective product. It's the best that we've ever designed. And if you're looking for something special that you just quickly grind everything away down the sink quickly, it's out of sight, it's gone. This is a model for you. It's the Rolls Royce of food waste disposers. There's nothing that really stands up to this quality-wise and features-wise from what I've seen worldwide.
I love this stuff. We have this image now that there's a laboratory somewhere with boffins in there, all wearing white coats, just all looking at each other and going, has anyone tried rhubarb yet? Put some rhubarb in there and see what happens. What haven't we tried grinding yet? That's someone's job.
It is. And in the US, we employ about 1,000 people in our facility in the US. We have a huge manufacturing facility, and there's sound laboratories in there that test all of the sound, which is state of the art. There are parts of the facility that literally just have dozens and dozens of disposers that are operating all throughout every day, and we're putting steer riv down there. We're trying to break this product. Yeah, we really put them through the paces, and we're doing this on a daily basis. Every day we're testing these products because, again, when you've got a massive market, for example, like in the US, and a massive replacement market, And the installers and the plumbers, they want to make sure that when they replace another InSinkErator, it's going to give them another great 10 years of service or so. So it's not like actually what you're describing, these white coats. I'm not sure everyone's got a white coat on, but for sure, the labs that we have there, this is serious business, and a huge amount of engineering and technical input goes into designing these products. It really does.
It's just brilliant. I love that kind of stuff. So, okay, look, you've got a fantastic product. You've got an awful lot of science and engineering and stuff has gone into it. But there's no point unless you could tell everybody about it. Particularly if you're one of your dealers or one of your retailers, you want to know that the consumers are going to come in and ask for it and have a reasonable level of knowledge about it. So you've got to put the work into actually making the consumer aware of these things as well, haven't you? So talk me through the kind of things you'll be doing.
Sure. And I do remember over the years, and I say I've been doing this for quite a while now, is that, people have been on holiday to America, they come back and they say, hey, I've seen this wonderful product. It's called a food waste disposer or an InSinkErator. Can I buy one? And I used to visit retailers and they'd say, oh, yes, we just had someone who's been over to the US and they've asked me for a food waste disposer. So it is one of those products that sometimes a little bit out of sight, as you know. And yeah, awareness probably still in most parts of Europe is probably still relatively low. But we do have a lot of kitchen retailers who disposers specified into every kitchen that they sell. Or alternative, there are many retailers who, if it's something the customer has seen or heard about, then they'll introduce it into their new kitchen. And consumers continue to look for new technologies in kitchens. They continue to want to be introduced to new products. They want to buy a dream. They want to buy a kitchen that's very different to the one they've got, that functions differently to the one they've got. And this is a big investment for most homeowners. So I think the kitchen retail showroom is the perfect environment to introduce the consumer and the customer to brand new technologies that will help and make their kitchen so much more enjoyable. But back to your question there. We realize, of course, that today there's so many more opportunities for us to bring this product in front of consumers. And of course, our digital activity is one of the areas that we have made some significant investment, certainly over the last couple of years or so. We did appoint a new digital marketing agency who are specialists in this area, dealing with some very large brands. And we've really sort of embraced the whole social media. We've launched our own TikTok channel in 2022. We came up with a brand new strategy for our content that blends our reactive trends and timely audio, with brand relevant moments tailored to the home renovator or the improver audience. So we've really been targeting who we want to speak to and who we want to put our products in front of very, very carefully. If I take just the last 6 months, the TikTok work we've been doing, which a few years ago, this is something that's quite new to me, I have to say. But today, this is getting enormous traction, and it's a massive platform for consumers to learn about new products. And I say, the last 12 months, TikTok, we had about 18 million video views and about close to 17 million unique users that we reached through our activity. So this for us is a massive medium to connect with our audience that wasn't in the mix with traditional marketing many years ago. Recently, our most successful TikTok video, it reached like 12.5 million people. We had 12.5 million views, which again is tremendous. Oh, and we know that there is interest in this product. Once a consumer has been exposed to good quality information and content about the disposer, we know that they're interested, and we know that it's something that they will probably aspire to having in their kitchen, whether it's a new kitchen or whether it's a kitchen they're updating. We're also very much using platforms such as Instagram as well. Over 500,000 views in the last 12 months that we've had with our Instagram activity. So again, we're using technology. We're using technologies that the people are using, our customers are using. We want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to get in front of what is a potentially enormous audience. We do know that through our activity, for example, some of our D2C activity, the strategy that we've embarked upon, we've seen year-on-year growth in results there of 20% in searches for the InSinkErator brand. So we know there's a very strong appetite, and we know that consumers are very engaged with this product category once they're exposed to it. So it's a turnaround for us. It's a different direction. I think for a lot of companies over the last few years, they turn their attention to these new mediums and new ways and methods of reaching an audience. And for us, it's been very, very successful. And I think what's great about this is that we're seeing an appetite for not only searchers, but searchers for the InSinkErator brand. The brand is very, very popular, and people are responding to some of the content that we're pushing out there very, very favorably. So it's reassuring for us to know, one, we have a product that people are excited about, and two, that the brand is very, very strong.
Yeah, and it's such a visual product as well, isn't it? Like you say, you've got to see it working to really understand what it does, and that lends itself to those channels perfectly, like you say. Now, the other thing that comes up with retailers that I wanted to ask you about, because fundamentally this is an appliance, and if you sell someone an appliance, you want to know what the after sales is for the actual brand itself. You want to know that you're going to look after the customer that you've sold it to. Give us an idea of the kind of after sales policy you have, and I suppose how the retailers benefit from that.
Sure. For me, you buy into the InSinkErator brand, you buy an InSinkErator product, and that service doesn't stop there. The relationship we have with our customer doesn't stop there. I see it as very much an end-to-end service for us. People are expecting quality. They trust this brand, and they need reassurance. And for us, we want to offer all of those things that we know when you invest your money into an InSinkErator product, you need to feel very confident that brand is going to take care of that appliance through its lifetime, really. We offer extensive warranties to our customers, from a 2-year up to 8-year warranty for our product. And all of our products go through incredible testing processes to meet all of the approvals and standards for all of the countries that we are operating in. And that, again, is for reassurance to our customers that these have been produced in a way that guarantees the service and the quality and the longevity of the product. And I say we back it up by very long warranty periods. We will give additional support to our trade partners, and we come to you after sales service, peace of mind. When a consumer contacts us, we'll come out to the home, we'll explore what the problem may be, and then we'll make sure that it's fixed and that we have a happy customer today, but a happy customer for the future as well, because today's customers, of course, are our customers of the future. So I would say that our after-sales service agents have been with us probably many, many years, some of them as long as myself. So they're very experienced. They know this product inside out. We provide regular training for all of our service agents, and we do have a quality control process in place as well. For us, it's a really serious part of the proposition that we offer. I think that for us, without providing this high quality service, there'd be something missing from InSinkErator, and I think it would be detrimental to our business. I think the reassurance we get that we're doing this right, and that customers are happy with the brand, happy with making the investment in InSinkErator, is that we get excellent Trustpilot ratings consistently, week in, week out, month in, month out. So we listen to the customers, we listen to what they have to say, and when we do get it wrong, and sometimes you do, we make sure that we take all the right steps to put things right and to make sure the customer is taken care of as best we possibly can. But overall, for us, a key part of what we offer to our trade partners and the consumer, we offer peace of mind. And for me, delivering not only a good product, but a good service that goes with it is critical and crucial to the success and longevity of this brand and this product.
Well, look, Ashley, I can't think of a better place to stop it than there. We could talk about things that we could put down on InSinkErator all day. But look, thank you so much for spending this bit of time to tell us all about this. I think it's a fascinating business and a fascinating channel that has so much potential to be even bigger than it already is, particularly within those premium studios looking to sell up, presenting them with an awful lot of opportunity here. So thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. I think the proof is that we know that once somebody has an InSinkErator, they'll always have an InSinkErator. And that for us is reassuring, that we know that we have something very special here. And I think once kitchen retailers start to become familiar with the brand and the product and talking about it, again, it'll be something their customers love in their kitchen, and we use it every single day.